Francis Ford Coppola, he of the new Hollywood fame, the bearded hippie that helped to change everything with a couple of other directors, is 70. He's got a vineyard, he's got restaurants that serve wine from his vineyard, he's got resorts and hotels in South America, and occasionally, over the past 20 years, he's made a couple of movies. And most of them stink. Okay, this is the guy that made Godfather and The Godfather 2 and The Conversation and Apocalypse Now and produced American Graffiti. I mean, okay, sure, in the 90s he made Jack with Robin Williams and The Godfather 3, but when I heard that he was going to be making a big screen adaptation of the video game Tetris with Vincent Gallo as the tall, skinny piece, I thought to myself, this is crazy. Who's going to play the 2x2 square? Lou Reed? Ha ha ha. That's just a joke that Ryle made me put in this. He's made a movie called Tetro, not Tetris. That's ridiculous. Tetro is Coppola's newest film, written, directed, and produced by him. It stars Vincent Gallo and newcomer Alden Ehrenreich as frustrated, feuding brothers, the latest generation of a volcanic family of fighting Italian artists, opera singers, and writers. Ehrenreich plays Benny, the runaway young man on the lam from his controlling father, who sets out to find his lost brother, Tetro, played by Gallo, who had abandoned him when he was a child. He finds him in Buenos Aires, cranky and weird and broken-legged and unwilling to connect in almost any way. His common-law wife is much more amenable, and as Benny worms his way into their life in the South American city, the complex tangle of betrayal, backstabbing, lost loves, and weird parentage begins to unravel. Coppola, at this point in his career, has engineered a situation where he doesn't have to make films, but he can if he wants to. And of course, this has benefits and drawbacks. This film is essentially made without any producing pressure. The producer is the writer and the director, and that's the master, Coppola. The cast, for example, is great, well-selected and non-traditional and original, but there are some remarkably bad choices and bad performances that stick out like gray hairs in an otherwise solid film. Gallo is great doing his Gallo thing. If you like Gallo, you'll like Gallo in this, and if you don't like Gallo, you're not gonna like Gallo in this. But the real discovery is Alden Ehrenreich, who is like freakishly handsome, like the love child of Marlon Brando and Ray Liotta. This kid is actually kind of distracting because the whole time you're watching Tetro, you're watching Benny, the 17 or 18-year-old kid, fart around in these sets with all these other actors. You're thinking, this kid's going to be incredibly, incredibly famous. It's like watching Brad Pitt in Thelma and Louise, except his part is 2.5 hours long. It's that much screen time. It's like watching somebody and just thinking, you have no idea how golden your life is going to be. The film itself is beautiful. It's spacious and it's got room to breathe and evolve and feel full, but everything in it is just a little bit too much. And of course, that's related directly to the fact that the film is being produced outside of any kind of pressure to deliver commercially. The film has no producer save the writer and director, so there are no really hard choices being made. And as a result, the film kind of feels a little bit flabby, despite its beauty. The film is long, it's full of great scenes and bad ones, great performances and bad ones. It's beautiful to look at, absolutely, and while Coppola has proven that he's not feeling particularly compelled to return to the form he showed in the 70s and create films that are visceral and violent and gripping and compelling, he has demonstrated that given a camera and a script and some neat locations, he can create a film that's full of a bunch of transcendent, truly cinematic moments. And are there enough of those to make Tetro worth watching? Maybe on your zip list. And I give Tetro a 6.1 out of 10.